Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful Wednesday.
It is.
Here in the great city of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I forgot to put the match up there. Dang it.
Wow.
It's always something.
Can't trust you to do anything. Have you
Well,
done this before? Like, is this your
if
first
you're
time?
you recognize that voice, everybody, that's the voice of, and he's kind of glitching there a little bit, but
Glitch in the Matrix. You know, that's normal. I have a face for radio. It doesn't want to show me.
yeah, that's very true. Very true. That's my very good friend, Mr. Trevor Simpson. It says Barry Dingle on there.
Yeah, no.
But that was Kevin Dorn from
gonna say
the last time we were
that was
here.
from Dorney, so yeah.
Right.
Or
right.
Dorney Knob. Is it?
Doorknob.
Doorknob.
Correct. Yeah.
Whatever.
So, anyway, well, you know what? Seeing I don't have it up there, let me just put it up there right now, and that way you not like you haven't been staring at it for the last 10 minutes, but we've got the defending champions of 4.0, Caden Hillman and Caden Hillman.
Yeah,
and-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor did an incredible job getting Caden his juice boxes and everything the
Yeah,
last time
he
they
showed
played.
up for Caden in support. It was fantastic. I'm not sure I've seen a partner actually like Caden ought to. Taylor should just get he should seriously just get a saddle for Caden. We just need to change his name to one of those horse things, whatever. Yeah.
Bridle or I couldn't agree more. Anyway, Taylor Collar's in the house too, I guess, and then we've got all the way drove 3 hours, and I have no idea how on God's green earth anybody would drive 3 hours to spend with Dan Yenor, but
That's I spent a couple hours with him at league the other night, and yeah, that was enough. So
that's painful in itself.
That was
Yeah.
enough. I can't imagine why Justin would drive 3 hours from Iowa. Or I think that's where you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why he would drive?
It's a
3
long
hours from
drive.
Iowa. And let alone to see Dan Yenor, but then to see Taylor Collar.
Oh, what a night!
Jeez, that's torturous. Just torturous, I tell you.
I tell you what, why don't we do? We'll get a good look at the fellers. Right there's Justin Moris and Dan Yenor, and we'll get you a better view. There we go. There's Caden Hillman hydrating himself. Taylor Collar, I think, is maybe out in the parking lot somewhere. I have no idea.
Yeah, as is normal, he's not going to be here for the match, like you said. It's Caden Hillman and Caden Hillman versus Dan and Justin.
Correct.
Perfect.
Correct.
Perfect.
Anyway, we've got a wheel to spin. Well, first we have a lag to do, and then we have a wheel to spin.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave you in the very good, capable hands of Mr. Trevor Simpson, and I shall be right back.
We'll get it done. Welcome, everybody. Glad to be back in the booth here. I made the trek up to Varsity Club myself, so I was not much going on. So I'm like, you know what? little Cheddar gave me a call. I'm like, hey, let's just come up and do a match. So thought I'd come and grace you all with my presence. I'm sorry, or well, I'm contradicting myself. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm here and you like it, or I'm here and you don't. It's a 50-50 shot, so we'll take it from there. So we'll get the lag set up, see who wins a lag, and then as usual, for the last time, because all the format changes going on, for the last time, the winner of the lag will spin the wheel of death or the wheel of destiny, whatever you prefer to call it, and we will see what game we end up playing. And it looks like Caden has won the lag. Cheddar puts the wheel up there. A little motion sickness because we had the camera moved. 9-ball it is. So we are going to be playing 9-ball this evening. Let's get you back to someplace decent. And we will have a little rules discussion as Cheddar goes over the rules for 9-ball and explains things to everybody. They will make a decision on whether they're going to use the magic rack or not, or whether they will just use the wooden rack. So the players will decide on that, and Cheddar will share with us, and we'll be able to see on the table, obviously, as well, once they do so. And then we will get the match underway. How has everybody else been doing? League season's finishing up. I have one more week in the one night, and then the other night is finished up. So we'll get that done with. State tournaments are done and over, with the exception of the Wisconsin Pool Hall Championships coming up. I know, so we should have people still getting ready for that. And staying warm and in shape, if you will. But I also know there's quite a few people who are really excited and waiting on the weather to break to get out and get their golf clubs out. So a couple of league teammates I know of mine who are excited to get their golf clubs out and ready to make that happen. So that'll be fun for them. I gave up the sticks fair bit ago, and I know Cheddar has some of those weapons of mass destruction that he carries around during the summer. We've talked about a little bit, so I'm sure he's looking forward to getting out there and doing so as well.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
Well, as promised, we're going to unmute. So I don't understand what's going on with, we'll just unmute him. So I don't understand what's going on, if there's interference in between the two sets or whatever the case may be.
Put up with his antics. It's terrible.
So that's the voice of Dan Yenor. And then we've got the very quiet right now, Taylor Collar. So I have those two mic'd up because obviously
it was a long 4 weeks, bud.
They talk the most.
It was long 11 weeks the last time. Here we go again.
So here we go.
Have gray hair by 18.
Enjoy this,
I
folks.
had none by 16.
This is going to be fun.
Yes. This ought to be interesting to listen to for sure.
Oh, dear Lord. Whose stupid idea was this?
I don't know, but somebody we'll see how long it takes before your channel gets canceled.
Yeah.
Or
I'm sure it's probably on the verge already.
I was going to say they probably have already voted on it. So
Not really.
Caden wins the lag, spins 9-ball, and then
ball.
breaks dry. That's not necessarily the start he was looking for, but he leaves a table that has access to the 1 ball, and Justin is going to have a look at it. It's awful thin to the side pocket, but you might be able to get it to go.
Did you make a decision on a car yet? Not yet.
Oh, I like that. They're talking about Caden's car, what he's going to buy.
Are you paying with that with your pool winnings? That's sick. Good for you.
All right, we're going to zero out that score. The race is correct. We're playing another race to 9.
Fantastic.
So Dan Yenner's first time at the table.
Justin leaves him with a
Yeah.
pretty much straight in 2-ball. Good look at the 3-ball right there. So the only real issue I see with this rack is what they're doing with the 4-ball. Doesn't look like you can get between the 4 and the 7 to cut it. So either you bank it or you're playing safe with it, one or the other.
I believe you are correct.
How
It's
long has
either-
it been since I'm here? You doubted that I wasn't correct? Are we
True.
doing this again? Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
one
true.
touch a game.
Damn it, Trevor.
Yeah.
Good evening, Justin Ellison. And let's see, Kim Bussin, what's going on? Saying go get it, Justin.
Hey, Kim.
Sean Gretzinger saying good luck, Tay-Tay and Caden. Mad Matt, what's going on? Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, should have, I would expect a pretty good crowd to show up for this one tonight. We should have a pretty lively chat.
Ouch.
Yeah, that hurt.
And the thing, too, is these matches have actually been going pretty quick.
Yes, yeah.
Like
the,
hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah, the level of play and the speed of the match is going really well.
I can throw that around 3 rails, then. I mean, I can come off the left side with left English and come back around 3 rails. I just don't know if I can snug up to that 7.
What's that?
I put left hand and come off that left side.
I'm deaf. I
1,
can't
2,
hear
3,
you.
I'll end up back up here.
Oh yeah.
So Justin is
Stuff you can sit down and watch it. Watch your dog it.
If I go for the bank and miss it, that kind of sells out.
we're going to do our best in the booth to shut the hell up when the guys are
I
talking.
like the one we got.
Absolutely.
4.
I thought it was
Try and come
decent.
3 rails back over here.
I think it
Tuck the
looks
4
good.
into the 7. So if I come back off of this and come into the 7,
There's only so much you can do with my face. It makes it
if
look
it comes
halfway
out, I mean
decent.
it comes out.
He's not lying.
But
He's got that
if I
100%
come off the
right.
left side enough, the 7 can hold it there.
That's the first time I've ever said that about Taylor Collar, too.
I'll try.
Probably going to be the last.
All right. I think he's opting for the safety.
Yes.
Fin it on the left side of the 4 and go around.
Oh, he did
This
play
is a good shot.
That's
Hit that
going to
high.
turn out really, really
That
nice.
is a good
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. Well played, Dan Yenor. Well played. That's going to leave a rough kick. You know, pretty much have to go 2 rails at this because the 1 rail's cut off. So you say Taylor was jumping at that awful quick. He didn't give it much thought, but I guess if he's got the line in his eyeballs and got it in his mind, go ahead and go.
Still gets the job done.
Yeah, and for the very first game of the match, I like the smart play.
Yes.
Instead of being hyper aggressive
Yep.
and falling down 1-0. I really anticipate this being a very close match. Justin is a 653 or something like that far. He's a good player, really good.
Yep.
I was actually warming up with him a little bit earlier.
I think it's short. I was more worried about
Good evening, Michael Johnson.
Mike Johnson,
around it than being short of it.
Scott Bear, thank you, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think he's talking about us.
Probably not.
No.
I'm thinking he's talking the commentary from the players through
Yes.
the mics.
Yeah.
Hadn't been listening to this for very long if he has an opinion otherwise. So.
Much appreciated, Scott Bear,
Yes, absolutely.
brother of Fred Bear.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, we got
And-
a gift.
I'm guessing Craig Bear as well. No, their names are spelled differently. One is the animal and one is the
Better run
confused
into
person.
6.
So
There was no way I could hold that ball.
True story.
yeah.
I'm not sure what Dan Yenor was thinking there.
Yeah, that was peculiar at best.
Michael Johnson, how are you? Mike Masevich.
There's a name we all recognize.
Do we have to have matching jerseys? Well, you and I don't have. Wait, do we have the? Yes, we do.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. I think we. Yes, Now it's a requirement.
Yeah, matching team jerseys, just like for
State,
for
yeah.
WISPA, yeah.
I like it.
Why not?
I like it. Good call. So that would be our blue ones then when we play, Mike.
Old school. Thank you, sir. Making a good point. We got almost or more than 80 people now watching the stream. Everybody have a
We're going to get rid of that
little
nasty sound.
little feedbacky there.
Yeah, I think it's Taylor Collar.
Yep. Have a smash of that like button. And if you aren't a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, because this is Wisconsin's primary source for
we didn't get skunked.
amazing tournament play.
A little bit, but your break.
Taylor Collar as being as honest as ever.
All right.
Yeah, alternate. I hit the
Oof. Yeah, I think that is his mic.
Yeah, I just muted his, and he's got to watch that where it plugs in.
Yep. May have to give him a little reminder at some point to make sure he isn't brushing against that, or he might have it in his lapel or something.
Michael Johnson down in Carolina. Thanks for tuning in, Mike.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm hoping the weather down there is better than it is up here. It's been, I know there have been some storms running through down that direction as well that we've mostly missed around here, so. Another.
Looks like we got some coming tomorrow, though, right?
You must be me.
Storm.
Yeah. Yep.
Break them, get a shot, no ball.
Yep. Another really solid
got him
break
tough
by
again,
Caden
eh,
there,
now,
but
so.
unfortunately he just
combo goes, but
didn't
Yeah,
get
still
one
run
to
'em up.
fall, as Taylor was so aptly explaining.
Spin right into position for Dan. Play the 2 on the side. He's a good player. That's a
Absolutely.
ideal shot.
I was going to say he found the speed of that table very quickly, which not a lot of
doesn't
people who
matter.
haven't
That's
had
fine.
some experience here are able to do. So kudos.
I mean, when
to
it
him.
gets down to the last 4 balls,
You know what?
it
I
don't
couldn't
matter.
agree anymore,
It's not
old
way off
school.
the line. I mean, it don't.
Got 80 viewers and not many likes. If
Fine.
that would be greatly appreciated. If you know what, I have something for that. It kind of looks like this.
little demonstration purposes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's real simple, actually. If you're on your phone, there's 3 little dots in the upper right-hand corner of the Outer Points Productions YouTube channel. All you do is hit those, and it says share, and then you copy the link, and then you paste that link into every single
Every single everything. You paste it like your life depends upon it.
beautiful. I couldn't have said it any better myself because my tongue wasn't working.
Yeah.
So there was nothing at all.
No. Justin Moris again with a really nice speed there to get Dan. Though he's on the rail, he's got a good look at that 4 ball and pretty natural
Oh,
position
boy.
to the 5. So Dan and Justin are
One of these days we're going to figure this out.
doing a really good job of pecking through this rack, and really the only thing they need to worry about is the 8-9 combo, because unless he decides to get froggy here and try and bump into the 9, but I don't think that
I don't
be
think I
worth
would.
it. No, I don't think so at all.
I think I would leave that alone.
Yep. Don't think it's worth it at all.
Lyle Gable.
Yeah, I could say Lyle Gable down in Carolina too. Lucky him. Michael Parker. How you doing? Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Rick Chamberlain. Long time no talk. Yeah.
What's going on, Rick? Just got off the phone with him a little while ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh, awesome. I like this. Just should be able to put a nice stroke on it, draw it back, or if he's got the angle and he feels like he wants to go forward with it, he can do that too. Just leave it up to Justin to get a decent position. Kind of what you want to do with partners. Just let your partner kind of do their thing.
That's why you picked them, right?
Yeah,
Because you trust what they're going to do. Unless Taylor Collar's your partner, then you have no friggin' idea what's going to happen next.
Right. Then you picked him so that you know that you need to play the whole entire game.
And I left you straight.
You have to leave Taylor Collar straight in on pretty much every shot. If not, and a stop shot,
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yep. Yeah, they're a little.
Then it's not going to be really mean. I mean, do what you can on it. I left you dead straight on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
just
home
draw it back a
reliability
foot.
combo.
I mean, it's not a dead straight combo, but it's something you ought to be able to get pretty close to, you would think. Oh, well.
Oh, that might have turned out.
Or you could do something like that.
Beautiful, Dan Yenor. Our sentiments exactly.
I'm not sure that this is as wired as what Dan might think it is. I think he has to come with. It is makeable, but he has to throw it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's going to throw the 8 ball. The cut's going to throw it a fair bit. Yeah, I think you're thinking correctly. Yeah, he's thinking it's going right at the point.
Oh, I think he's opting for safe. In all honesty, if he doesn't feel comfortable with the combo,
I played safe.
Yeah, there's no reason to get froggy really
Yeah,
early
no
in the
doubt.
match. No, I don't dislike that choice at all because you're putting Taylor in a spot where he's got to pull off something pretty magical to do anything other than just leave him a containing safety.
Mm-hmm.
So the odds of having some kind of look at the 8 ball here are pretty high.
Yeah, that's definitely Taylor's.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, we're going for the 9 ball here.
he is. Yep, Salsa Man Fred Taylor checking in from his pool banquet. How you doing, sir? Glad to see that everything is going well with you. Been
You had to hit
following
it on
on
that side of the ball.
your
If you didn't hit it on
Facebook
that side of
posts
the
and
ball, it didn't
everything.
go.
So
I didn't like anything there. I guess I
super
could've
super
put
great news to see that
ball on the rail,
your health
but-
is steadily improving.
Indeed. Yeah, Fred sent me some pictures today, as a matter of fact, of his foot, and man, it looks 1,000 times better than it did.
Hey, the safety worked.
Awesome.
Did you like going for it? Then? I mean, I don't know.
Bill
wasn't
Hocus
wide. It
Pocus
wasn't just hit it when
Larson,
it
good
goes, it
evening,
was-
sir.
You had to cut the 8 ball
Good
on the
to
9
see you
right
in the
out.
chat
Like
again
a
after
quarter
spending
ball
some
hit
time around you on Saturday.
It goes.
And Bill was pulling another horse show there on Saturday, riding Chris Bondi to the win in the doubles tournament. Although Bill is a little bigger rider than perhaps Taylor is.
Oh, for sure.
The fact that he doesn't stand up for himself is just only makes it more difficult.
Bigger horse, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Short.
yeah. Yep.
I just got to make that adjustment.
Heather, good evening, ma'am.
Taylor giving the excuse to Caden over there
Yep.
as to why he missed the entire 8 ball. That's what I love about. Oh, 9 ball coming. Oh,
Is
no.
it gonna get there?
Look at this. Oh, and not even a
They're
kick.
He's going to push the 9 ball.
I'd be shooting you, and you just heard Taylor. I'd be pocketing that 9 ball right now.
100%. Yeah. Justin's looking where the 9 ball is going to spot up because the 3 is, I think, right on the spot. So the 9 ball will go close to it, which means you're going to have to go out there and set it up, Cheddar. But he is absolutely shooting that 9 ball in, and there is nothing else to do here. It would be foolish to try anything else. So Cheddar going to go out, spot the 9 ball up.
No, that's a great call. Yeah, he's got to be on his tippy toes.
Yenor getting the dig in as Cheddar is on his tippy toes, spotting up the 9 ball. That a boy, knowing full well that he's mic'd up. You'll have to go back and listen to that, Cheddar. As you were spotting that 9-ball up, Mr. Yenor made a comment from behind that you had to be on your tippy toes to get it up to that right spot. Did he? He did. He was sure to point that out, and he knew he was mic'd up. So had to get that in.
That's a shame I didn't have a headset or anything on. I might have to invest in some new some new equipment. Take that.
All right, so the 9-ball is now wired to the 3 on the back side of it. Caden is probably going to try and move it here a little bit, I would think. Try and open up the rack and try and hold somewhere for that 3 or 2 ball, just like that.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, really well played.
It potentially could be a, oh my, he's thinking about this. I would not.
No.
Well, then again, it's either the combo or I would almost play a two-way safe. He can bank the 2 in the opposite side, leave the cue ball behind there, because if he misses short, he'll end up safe anyway.
Yep, I like that. I like that play better, because this isn't a. I mean, they're not but a foot apart, but man,
This is a tough combo.
Tough combo. Yep.
I think I'd be conferring with my partner on this.
I think that's reasonable.
You're going to be able to see even a sliver of that 1 ball. If you see any of that 1 ball, you probably could have made it.
Talking about where that 9 was sitting.
Yep. Yeah, that the 9 was buried in the pocket like that. Yeah, and he way overcuts that, and at the very least, was it gonna?
I was gonna say it almost lined up for another combo.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna. He made sure to hit it with plenty of pace, so he didn't leave the 9 hanging in front of the pocket, which I like. But yeah, if not a combo, or if it was a tiny bit thinner, you could almost line it up for a carom, which he's looking at. But I think too much of the 9-ball is there for the carom to go.
I think you're right. I think he'd have to hit too much of the too little of the 2.
Yes.
To get that cut. I don't think it's possible. 100 viewers.
He disagrees with us. He's going to try it. Yeah.
Didn't leave him that bad.
Yeah, no, he's not going to leave much after it, so maybe it was worth the effort, but.
Come around two rails. Oh, and move it up that way.
102 viewers and only 19 likes. I'm hurt, Trevor. I'm hurt.
Absolutely. You can do better than that, people. I know you can. We've seen it before.
I wonder if it's because Taylor's playing. I don't know if I'd like the stream if Taylor was playing either.
Yeah, that's not a bad observation. That's a really thought out. That's going to be a tough hit from up there. Really, really good speed on that save.
I like what Taylor just said. I'm going to stop swinging at things like that, and that's a really good choice because I'm going to have to go out and fix his microphone because that's driving me insane.
Yes. Yes, but it's good that he notices that in the match, that he has enough wherewithal and understanding of himself and the spot in the match. That shows a player who, I hate to say this, Dale, I'm going to give him a compliment.
Oh, no.
That shows a player who is somewhat mature and understands themselves in the game. Is that too much?
No. That's a good call. I was listening to what Taylor was saying too, because he repeated himself several times. He's like, "I'm going to stop banging." Or he flat out said, "I should have played safe twice." Yep. But I like banging at the 9-ball. Well, that typically will cost you a match.
It will. It will. Good point there, Dan Yenor. Good point. No, that's going to stay off of the 8-ball. All right.
Leave them long, right?
Roland Starr, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Michael Parker. Like and share.
Did you see
Brave
anything else?
Billiards.
Yeah, I
Good
could've
evening,
played
sir.
across, man.
Welcome to the stream.
So if you're not familiar with
But I couldn't see
that
it,
name
like,
right there,
I'm-
It was like I could see the edge of
I'm
it.
not. Go ahead.
Brave Billiards is out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and that is Brad and Dave Gillette.
Okay.
There is a reason why I bring that up.
5-ball.
As soon as I can find it, hang on a second here. I'll get back to that in a little bit.
All right.
That'd be where I wanted to be on the
Taylor lamenting a little bit that there's a bit of luck on Dan's side there, and the 2 ends up parked behind the 5, as we all would, I'm sure, in that position. We would, say a little tiny prayer about our misfortune. But the pool gods give and the pool gods take, so generally things will even out eventually. Caden having a couple walks around the table here, trying to work out some way to get a semblance of a safe. The hit is pretty much guaranteed. It's an easy enough one angle or one rail hit. He's just walking around picking exactly how much of that 2-ball he wants to catch and where he wants to try and send it.
Yeah, I think that was just destined for
Yeah, he
leaving them a shot.
Yeah, he would have had to catch it awful thin
Yeah,
to
you
get
got
the
a good
cue
hit.
ball further down table, and he caught that just a little bit thicker than he wanted to, I think, and
No,
leaves
God, I
him
just gotta hit it.
leaves him a really good look at an out here again, with the balls all out in the table,
I
on the
didn't
middle,
see that
nothing,
safe, though.
nothing
Missed
really
the
on a
2-ball.
rail, and
It
pretty
goes
simple
straight across for 2
transitions.
rails.
The 7
Back up
being
the table behind the 5. That's a pretty
in the middle of the table there, easy to get up to the 8 and the 9. This is something where, as a, I got to say it, you would expect them to finish off this round.
I think the commentator curse is definitely in play tonight. It should be,
Yeah,
as always.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you help yourself.
We'll see. We'll see how my voodoo's doing tonight.
I encourage it.
It's
It's one of my favorite things to do. If you believe in the commentator's curse, I'm gonna whip it out every match.
You're whipping something out, aren't you?
Well, you can't see that.
No,
No, I mean you literally can't
you
see it.
literally can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
understand.
little angle there.
Yeah, Sean, we agree.
Maybe
The Taylor Collars. Dale's going to go out and put a whooping on him and see if he can get him to quit messing with the microphone. It seems to be
Sure,
somewhat
let it go.
staticky there.
What's happening, Sean Johnson? Uh-oh.
Off
Oh,
that
boy.
8-ball.
Oy, that's a nice little rub.
That is a fortunate little kick there. 'Cause that could have turned out very, very poor.
Shot.
And Justin puts him right out in the middle of the table for a nice look at the 9-ball into that Vincent Didio Memorial pocket.
All right, Justin and Yenor,
Up.
2-1 in this race to 9. So what I was talking about earlier, check this out. So this is Brave Billiards, all right? They were awesome here about a week and a half ago or a week ago and brought me my own little clip. Now here's the thing that I really like about this. It takes so little effort to clip it literally anywhere on whether it be your shirt or your pants pocket. It doesn't wreck your pants pockets or anything else. Some of the other ones I've tried have.
Yes.
But seriously, you have to check these guys out. They're at brave/billiards.com.
Anywhere in the kitchen.
Brave, yeah. Brave dash billiards, not slash. I'm gonna. If we're gonna be computer nerds and give out URLs, we probably should give it right. Just saying.
Right. The cool thing about it too is any design. It doesn't matter what it is. They'll pretty much put anything you want on it. I don't know if they do naked ladies or.
That's awesome. I'll check it out.
I have no idea.
I don't know. They'd have to be careful they don't get the mud flap naked ladies, but
right.
You know, I'm sure that's patented or copyrighted or something like that.
Yeah. One of the things I really like, the magnets they're good and strong. You know, so it's not. Of course, if you bump into something, then that's gonna. But
anything,
go check them out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. They're, I think they're $24.99 each. Design your own. So yeah. Check it out.
I will go do that.
All right. Little thin on the 2-ball.
You fucked up this.
There's the first F-bomb.
Well, boy.
There we go. I'm really surprised, to be honest with you, that it took that long.
I kind of am too, the way a couple things have gone. Tim, how you doing? Yeah,
Holy smokes, did he drill that one?
He definitely got enough draw on that.
Yeah, and he didn't have to do any of that.
No, that was, he could have used about a fourth of that amount of draw and been just fine. There was no reason to do that. Other than, he knows he has a phenomenal partner, so he's just going to leave it to him. And
good point.
There.
Yeah, good point. All right, going right between the 4 and the 5, I believe. Come out one rail, and then he'll have a shot at the 4.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Just like that.
That's a good shot.
Left.
Maybe next time I'll leave it for the closer pocket. Maybe. Maybe not.
There's no doubt that Caden's the better player so far.
Indeed.
And I can say that just because Taylor's on my team on Thursday nights. Or we're on, me, Taylor, and Corey Peterson.
That was much better managed. Nice center pocket with the 4-ball and floats out to the middle of the table, leaves him a workable angle for the 5. Either you want to try and get dead straight on that 6-ball to be able to draw it back, or you want to leave some angle to go all the way around the table. Just depends on how you're feeling it.
Yeah, and the 6 to the 7 is going to be fun.
Yep. Caden opts for just leaving Taylor dead straight.
Just give me a shot is what Caden's going to say.
Try. I'll try. See what I can do. I'll do what I can do.
Ugh. I actually like this angle.
Yep.
Even though it's a little bit tougher of a combo, I like it because it's almost going to guarantee shape on the 7-ball, because the 7's going to end up actually he just moved it, but where that piece of chalk was, it's going to end up, you know what, I do have a telestrator.
Oh.
I could, actually
Fancy,
use that.
Highfalutin technology. It's a thing.
It is.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. This is you need a little angle so you can make sure you're in a favorable position for the 7-ball. Just like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yep.
That's a really good, that's well thought out.
Yep. Let's give just a little bump on the 7-ball, and you're right out there for the 8-ball. You don't got to do anything special with this.
Yeah, this is really nothing to it.
Rudimentary.
I would have tried to hit that a lot softer too.
I was going to say, a rudimentary shot, and rude of Taylor to leave Caden on the rail.
All right, we're all knotted up at 2 apiece. Oops.
As we were saying earlier.
So while I'm racking,
Pretty good match.
Oh, here we go.
for all you viewers out there, and especially Dale Lorenz,
Oh, boy.
this is
Oh,
for
boy.
you.
Oh, boy.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. All right, I'm done. There you go.
Never again. I told you I was going to miss.
Trevor gave me the thumbs up. At least somebody liked it.
You're the only one, buddy. Oh, dear Lord. Yep. This is why I knew that. You know what? I got to give him a round of applause.
Hey.
That wasn't that bad.
He plays to the crowd. He knows his people.
There's the second F-bomb.
Second
Sweet. Excellent.
Awesome. I'm not sure. I don't think he can see enough of this to make it, but I think he can catch a piece of the 1 ball. I don't know if the overhead view would show us any better. Yeah, no, it still looks like he can just catch a piece of it, but that's about it.
I'll tell you what, I think I'd be taking the shot. I'm not 100% positive it goes, but let's... Oh, definitely.
Well, it goes, but I don't think he can see enough of it, can he?
I think he can.
Okay. Well, maybe he can now. It might have moved. He might have moved it just enough that he can see enough of it. And it definitely goes. And if he can see enough of it, yeah, I'm shooting it here. I'm definitely shooting this.
That's well done.
Yep, well struck. Little rub
Oh,
on
and
the
that's
ball.
a nice rub on the 3 ball.
That absolutely helps him out. Even
Mm-hmm.
leaves it in a makes the rack very attackable.
I don't like how Taylor was eyeing up that 3-9 combo or potential 3-9 combo. Just draw it back a couple of inches and play the 3, in the side.
I don't know if the fact that the 6 ball is there and doesn't go clean to the pocket that it concerns him a little bit.
Yeah, that English did not take.
No, and he has left Caden that 3-9 combo.
I'm not sure that goes.
That was he was intending to do that. Caden's looking at it. Okay. Well, so much for Taylor saying he's not going to fire at the 9 ball. He's not going to fire at it. He's going to
make your partner do it.
Force his partner to do it. Yeah. I suppose he's keeping his word. So.
How you doing, Timothy Bloomers? Can't wait for your match, man. Timothy also in the Scotch doubles. And look at what he left.
Yes.
Look at what he left. He left Dan Yenor with a 3-9 combo. Potential.
I don't know what to do there. I put as much inside English as I could. I was on the wrong side. I couldn't draw because if I draw, it's just gonna get you in the same spot. Try to come up, miss the 8 ball, and bring it up table. What?
Michael Johnson. I like that. Mike can't even take him crying. He's not lying.
Not wrong. No, he's not wrong.
Tom Geffers, I'm sorry. Here from the Varsity Club.
Yeah.
Also signed up in the next big tournament, the 499 and under. That already has 80 players in it.
You know, if that 3 ball goes clean, I would be tempted to just shoot the 3 and leave the 9 there. The rest of the table is runnable, but I'm not He's lining up the combo, so it must not go.
Yeah.
Can't tell from the angle, but
That looks like a pretty tight window between there, too.
yeah. Yep. And this is another one where you don't slow roll it. You want to put some stank on it. Yep.
What are you, a fucking magician? You knew about that?
Clear stuff up. Well, he left him a combo, but this is certainly far and away much more makeable than all the previous combos have
Yeah,
been.
the thing he's really got to be worried about is if that 3 does fall,
Yep.
make sure he's got shape on the 5, like it just did. That's good. That's well thought out. Had that 3 ball stayed on the table, I don't think he would have had a shot.
That's what I was going to say. That's a really tough position to play because you have to kind of play position for either of them. And he would not have had the 3. I think the 7 is in the way. So in that instance, he was fortunate that the 3 ball fell.
Yeah, this one, I think I would go back and forth once.
Yep. Absolutely.
Don't want to baby this one because that will typically end up putting yourself behind that 7 ball. Ooh, that one used all of the pocket.
It did. Well struck, though.
That one came up, I think he was trying for the side pocket. Maybe not.
Yeah. Well,
I just make this.
Yeah, it goes either pocket. This is kind of a pick your whatever looks better to your eye, I guess. Either way goes, and either way leaves plenty of a shot on the 8 ball. So don't panic about it. Just make it. I like it.
Good evening, Tim Armbruster. What's happening? Rolling Star. So the cutoff to get on the list for $4.99 is the 30th, which is coming up in, 13 days, something like that.
Yep.
That will be the end. So I would like to have everybody that is on the list paid by then. So you've got 2 weeks to get it done. Well, let's see if Taylor has another song for us. I hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not.
It's a good thing they can't hear us or anything else. Where if you make suggestions like that, and Taylor's the type of guy that he'll be, oh yeah, I can do that.
He would absolutely, pull it off. So, yep. Evening, Mark Bell. Kayla saying, let's go. Danny and Justin.
What's going on, Dingaling?
Taylor getting his magnifying glass out and scrutinizing the rack here.
Right. Jeez, what's going on there? Let's get in there a little tighter and see what. Oh boy, here we go. And we're gonna get rid of his. What is he doing to my table?
Right. Yeah, obviously wherever he's got that pack, he's brushing against it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
You're too fat to rack this long. My back is.
He said it.
Yeah, no doubt. This is gold.
I was curious as to why they decided to go with the wooden rack over the magic rack.
Yeah, they had an option.
Yep. They decided to do it anyways. Oh well.
Get greedy and go for the 9 like an idiot.
It's the same for everyone, whichever you use, but one of them is just a little better than the other, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's called the magic rack.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely better than the wooden rack.
I shouldn't even taken the shot. I should have made the 3. Made the 3 and let you draw out of the 4.
No, now Dan. Yeah, you can hear Dan talking about. So apparently,
Like how
That 3 did go between the 6 and the 9.
Yeah, now the way he's talking about it, he's saying he did. So, yeah.
Good call, Trevor. I don't know how long this is going to take.
I'm not quite sure why he's having so much issue. It's not like it's super humid, so the balls aren't sticking to the rack like in the summer when it's super humid and the rack won't let go of the balls. So, not quite sure why he's having so much trouble. At this point, yeah, I'd be flipping the rack around and rearranging balls. Something isn't settling right.
Change the rack around. Turn it.
I'm gonna take the magic rack out there after.
Get a good view of my bald head there, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. No doubt. I think it messed up some of my cameras.
The glare there.
Jeez.
Scott mentioned it. Scott Bear mentions in the chat the glare off his bald head is blinding.
I like. So, by show of hands, in the chat. Oh boy, here we go again.
Anyway.
I don't think it's so. He's not doing a lot of moving over there. I don't know if it's really Taylor or if it's the microphone itself.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
I would just blame it on Taylor.
I'm going to do my best. Yeah. Put your hands up in the chat if you remember what the Sardo. It was called the Sardo tight rack.
Oh yes.
You remember what that was?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
What a piece of junk.
And who wants to lug that thing around with you to different pool halls and tournaments and whatever, so you can get a tight rack?
Right. Can you imagine in a tournament or where do you store one of those things?
Right, yeah.
You got to build an actual rack underneath the table, just to put that thing.
Yep. And expecting pool halls to have one is unrealistic as well.
It was a good shot.
That's a really good shot.
Left him over the top of the 8-ball and
make a ball and give you a good shape on the one. Actually, I got good shape on the one, but the balls were in the wall.
Yeah, left him over top of the 8, and the one ball is almost dead snug on the rail up here.
Mark.
How can you tell me that?
Blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's so blurry. Everyone's so. That's almost magical.
That is really, really well struck there. You couldn't really hope for much better than that out of that.
Good evening, Pete Beshta. What's happening up in? I want to say Clintonville for some reason.
That's a tough shot.
It's in the town of Center. Man, I can't remember where you live. Thanks for the like and share, Pete.
Much appreciated, sir.
Indeed.
I'd like to bank the
I
one,
think
but two is just a little
hit the refresh on that. Let's see how many likes and shares we got all of a sudden. Yeah, I'll tell you, we're going to have to get some more shares if we don't have any.
See where we're going.
Oh, we got 30 of them.
30 of them.
That's beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
112 people currently watching.
Make sure you're all subscribers, or by rack number 7, we will cut you off.
Right. Okay. I don't hate that Dan didn't go for that, honestly, because that was not an easy shot. Kind of at a funny angle there, and you needed to try and punch it if you wanted something on the 2-ball. So I don't dislike that choice.
Yeah, and not easy shape to get on the 2 either. Had he made that 1 ball.
Yeah. Now he does leave.
Oh, it is Center Valley. Sweet. I guessed it.
It's a kick or a jump here. I think Caden's got the short stick out. It looks like, and that's.
Hey, there's no sense in getting personal.
Just pointing out the obvious.
He's using my cue. That's my playing cue.
Yeah. That's what I said. The short stick.
Ouch. All right, good hit. Uh-oh. That rolled right into place for a 1-9 carom.
Yep.
I don't think he can make it, to be honest.
One ball's maybe in carom.
I don't believe he can hit this one thin enough to make the 9. If so, he's going to have to load up on it. I honestly would just play a safe.
Yeah, I think the safe is.
Oh, I guess he could.
Oh,
never mind.
Never mind.
Oh, beautiful shot. Excellent.
Right. What do you know? What do we know?
Not a damn thing.
Obviously. Well struck. Good shot, Justin, there.
Well, we're all knotted up at 3 apiece.
Ties it back up at 3 apiece.
Let's see if we captured that. We'll shoot it already.
Right? Good Lord. There it is.
Oh, look at all the spin he put on that.
He did.
Yeah, that was very nicely done.
Well struck. Well struck. Dan Yenor looks like he picked a good partner. Jeez.
I would, if for a 653 Fargo, no doubt. All right, let's see his bald spot. Oh, he doesn't even have one yet. What is
impressive?
That's a shame.
Or yeah, I mean,
You got nothing to pick on.
unfortunate. I mean, we could point out the fact that it only took him 20 seconds to rack the balls and be happy that it was a tight rack, but that would perhaps just, be too much, be too obvious, too easy.
Well, hopefully Taylor would be listening, at that point.
Yeah. Jeff Cole, good evening, sir. You're very welcome.
What's going on, Jeff? Holy smokes.
There you go.
And a shot on the...
No.
Not necessarily.
Or no shot on the one ball, but definitely got the wing ball to fly straight in.
What's happening, Mr. Cole? How you been? Ooh, that's a little fortunate. Actually, that's very fortunate. That ended up behind that 5 ball because that was not intentional.
No.
There's some double kissing going on there and all kinds of good stuff.
Yep, I think he was definitely intending to go cleanly around that stuff instead of catching it.
The 9 actually pushed the 5 in front of the cue ball. That was... Great hit.
Oh, and he made it. He made it, too. He doesn't like that he made it.
Unfortunately, Taylor actually said something. Well,
and we missed it.
And we missed it because of the static.
Yep.
That's right. You're welcome, Jeff. Oh, Taylor's over there chatting with... he needs to stay away from whatever he's doing.
Whatever he's doing with that, with that mic, he needs to just stay away from it. So, yeah, Taylor over there chatting with Heather.
Yeah. Yeah, Taylor's never been one to just sit still. He's got fire in his pants or something's going on there.
Lots of nervous energy apparently or something. So.
I think you almost have to play. Well, obviously you have to play safe. There's no. He's gonna try to get behind that 7.
He's just gonna take the.
That's a beauty.
Take the super simple route.
Yeah, I like that.
Bump that, yeah, because there was also a couple other more
getting hit and getting space.
Creative routes you can try and spin that behind the 9 and the 4 or whatever, but that could go wrong a number of ways. Sometimes simple is best.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I just knew you couldn't bank it, so I knew you were playing safe, and I was like, okay, we should play safe.
I don't know about you, Trevor, but I am really just kind of flabbergasted at the fact that I've never heard Dan Yenor so quiet.
He hasn't? really said all that much now. That he's definitely got his mind into the match, I think.
Yeah, he's really got typically, you know,
Nah, they're older
little
now.
diarrhea of the mouth going on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of those keyboard warriors too. You see him in the chat.
Yeah.
You know that he's got all kinds of funny things to say.
Big man behind the keyboard, but
Oh yeah.
get him out in real public, and he realizes that he ain't quite as big as he thinks he is.
Yeah, he folds up like a Walmart lawn chair.
Yeah.
Straighten it out.
All right. Well, with the ball in hand, Taylor and Caden will attack this rack here. With all the balls out in the open here. Looks like just the 5 to the 6 is going to require some work, and from there, the rest of the rack kind of takes care of itself. So need to get good on the 5 ball here.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that you know, of course, Caden's going to give Taylor the easy shots, and you know, Taylor's going to give Caden the hard shots.
Right,
And that's kind of the way that it worked out for the first Scotch
for
doubles.
several racks, yeah, yep, and for the first tournament. So
Yeah, that's the only reason they made it as far as they did. And I think we've covered that already.
yes, yeah.
But Jeff Cole, I had to get special permission from YouTube, as a matter of fact, because you know they look at my stream and wonder if I should actually get paid for what I do, and I completely understand that. And they asked me to, if at all costs, just mute Taylor all the time, and I couldn't do it.
Yep, and I think the static is probably just the pool gods telling us we really don't need to hear what he has to say most of the time anyway.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good.
Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got.
This should be interesting.
I thought so, because I thought it could come from the rail.
Just turn it over.
But it hit way too far up.
Don't risk missing the ball.
Don't risk misking the ball. Well said.
I've missed a lot of balls in my life. I'm not sure what that means, but I think I've probably done it.
I'm sure you've played enough pool that you've missed all kinds of balls.
Oh, for sure.
I've done the same. Like, you know.
And yes, we will continue to pick on Taylor.
100%. Kim Bussin making a good point there, good post, comment mentioning the recent class for Wibhoff this year. Congratulations to them all.
Yeah, and John Kramer put that on Facebook today out on or Wisconsin Pool Players Society as well. And a huge congratulations, obviously. If you're a Christian and you believe that Pete Hurd can hear us, I believe that he can.
Yes.
Congratulations, Pete. And it is well deserved. One of the best humble pool players on the planet was. Rest in peace, my friend. And, of course, we've got Rob Hovick, Joe Pischauer. He does some pretty good work.
I have a few of his pieces of work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
All right. Caden and Taylor are regaining the lead again at 4-3. And, of course, Ron Dobazinski. I used to play against Ron a lot in the BCW days back in the 9-footers, and Dobie had his own pool hall for a little while. I'm not sure if he still does.
I don't know for sure.
I haven't seen Ron in forever. And one of the best teachers in Wisconsin by far. Ron has a great technique for, I mean, he ranks right up there with Jerry Bryseth and quite a few of the others.
Yep.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kim.
deciding to break from the other side of the table and drills the one ball directly into the side pocket, and it's got a pretty table here. Pretty table. I don't.
Yeah, we try to keep it as clean as possible. Thank you.
That's absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Take all the credit for that.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Already did.
You did. Only real sticking point here is the 4 to the 5. And
Holy smokes.
why is good Lord.
At least you're not at least he's not jacked up on the side of the cue ball, and he's like cooking my goose.
Definitely didn't need to draw that back. The
Not
4
quite that
feet
far.
he did.
Yeah.
No. Again, Taylor just relying on his partner to take care of business. Oh, okay. Bill Larson with the 4.1 saying Ron does not have that room and he thinks he moved to Minnesota.
Yeah, I thought it closed down. I can't remember the name of it anymore. But I always enjoyed playing there. I didn't know he moved though. Yeah, that's on Taylor.
Yep. That was a rough spot to be in.
Just play the inside of the ball because you're not hooked then. You're not jacked up. And it spins right down the table. I cooked it too far. That was my fault, but that was the shot there. It's just because otherwise you're shooting that ball jacked up.
Right.
Yeah, but the percentages always go down when you're.
Yeah, we know.
If I fucking.
Oh, there's another one for the
viewers.
Sure, absolutely.
Cooking today.
Close your ears, children. Taylor Collars
I was practicing
on
that
the.
fucking 9-footer for about an hour, and then my position was perfect. And I come out here and I'm cooking my goose.
Interesting. Bryson Bro 3, what's going on? How are you? Yes. That was it, Jeff. Oh, we got to hear this.
I feel like we're playing against Dan
Justin
Yenor
coming
and
to the
Shane Van
table.
Boening 'cause this guy don't do nothing
If I come
wrong.
off that 4,
He's
Nope.
gonna make a mistake eventually, but it's
inside on it.
like Jesus.
See if we can't get them on. There we go. At least a little bit on camera. There's Taylor, of course, drinking his ice.
See what they're thinking here. It's
If I put like bottom left on it.
I got a
then
pee
go
after
down.
this.
There's a lot of traffic there.
sounds like we may have a player break coming up here shortly.
Yeah, we're not going to mute it either. If they're going to go to the bathroom, we're leaving the microphones on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, it might be a little bit on the risky side, but I think it's worth it.
Right.
It could be comic gold, that's for sure.
Right?
I know.
We're doing fine. We're hanging in there. We're making
We're
balls.
trying to get around it. You want to try and get around it?
What? We're up right now. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. We're
Craig,
hanging in there.
I think that would be really fun and entertaining for all of us. I don't think Dan would appreciate it too much. right in the middle of the match. I really want to.
I think this table plays faster when the light goes on. I don't know if the heat from the light comes and it makes it just a little bit faster too, but
Oh boy, it's a LED light. It, I don't know if Taylor knows anything about physics or
God damn it.
geography or geometry or
That
math.
that miss was entirely a result of cue ball deflection from the inside English that Dan put on that. They thought about that, and Dan said, "Yep, I'll put a little inside on it," and he put a little inside on it, and there's your deflection.
Yeah, no, honestly, I really don't think he made up his mind completely about how he wanted to shoot it. That was a long discussion on how to shoot or where to get to the 5, and he didn't get there in the first place. So we'll find out what Taylor has in store. I think he can see it clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can see it clean. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that turned out very favorable.
It sure did.
Yeah, P.
Okay,
We
great.
We heard you the first
Yeah,
time.
we heard you earlier. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know, though.
That was...
First thing when he comes back is I'm going to make sure to adjust his microphone. All right, for a 5-3 lead, this 5-9 combo by Caden Hillman drills it.
I got to pee. I got to
Nice.
pee. I take a break. Time out. I
And
gotta pee.
Taylor announces for the 16,000th time that
Right.
he needs to take a little pool players break.
We're going to mute him until he gets into the bathroom, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's just.
Never mind. He wants to have a chat first.
How do I mute this so you don't have to listen to me pee?
Oh, I muted from in
here. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Want to bet?
That's
All right.
awful brave of him
Air-
to trust
oh,
you to
yeah,
actually
no doubt.
mute it.
Let's listen to Taylor. Keep your ears tuned in, folks. I wish I had a camera in there. Well, we wouldn't be able to see much of that.
No, I
yeah.
don't want the camera in there.
We're,
What are you talking about?
He's opening the door right about now. Yep. All right. I'm not sure which one of these is actually Taylor's or not. Let's see if when he's done, we're probably not going to be. I mean, it can't be very. Not going to be able to hear a lot. We got to make sure he washes his hands, though. If we don't hear what was that?
Uh-oh.
All right, hang on. If he doesn't wash his hands, if we don't hear him washing his hands, there's going to be hell.
I don't want to know.
You're playing about perfect.
Who's he?
What's that?
Oh, he is washing his
He's
hands.
washing his hands. Got
Yeah.
that part. Okay.
Justin is in there too. Oh, well, that
good
makes
Lord.
more
Oh,
sense then.
okay.
That's who he's. I was like, was he talking to himself? He's in there. He's giving himself a pep talk in there, saying, "You're playing perfect."
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. This has to be a first for any pool stream. To listen to somebody in the bathroom. It's just, we're reaching new depths.
I was going to say, you know what we should do, Cheddar? There are people that pay money to sponsor this thing. We probably should go over one or two of those rather than listening to Taylor.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
okay. They're both done. So we're, I'd like to apologize to everybody for that, but I'm not going to.
You're not going to, yeah. I'd like to apologize, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm not. Let's talk about this gentleman, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Have at it.
Vincent Didio of Vince D of Gallery 83 Tattoo Company, multi-award winning artist with 20 years of experience in all styles of tattooing. From elaborate black and gray realism to simple small designs, he's equipped to bring all of your ideas to life. And in fact, he has brought an idea for both Little Cheddar and myself to life. So we both trust him enough to permanently mark our pristine temples of existence. So you should as well. Gallery 83 in Fond du Lac is a relaxing, safe, and clean environment. For more information, vincedtattoos.com or vincedtattoos@gmail.com. Hit him up, get you some ink. bit of a continued players break. Justin punching a couple balls around. Cheddar running out. We will get Taylor's mic adjusted for sure and get him so that hopefully we don't have that feedback. That would be a good thing. How's everybody doing tonight? I see there's still over 100 of you in the YouTube watching, in the chat. Appreciate all your interaction. Everybody tuning in tonight. Got a pretty tight match here still, and expectation is I think it'll continue that way. Of course, now that I've said something, it'll just get entirely out of hand, but hey, that's the fun. If can't commentators curse them, why are you even commentating? So, decided to make the trip up here today. Nice little drive up from Fort Atkinson. Good weather. Sitting in the truck, jamming out. Loving it. Looking forward to the weather deciding to cooperate a little bit so I can hopefully get out on the motorcycles a little more often. That'll keep me out of trouble if nothing else. So. Adjust Taylor's microphone. Alrighty. Cheddar going to have a little poke at Taylor's microphone, hopefully, and maybe make it so that we're not getting quite so much feedback. We'll see if that's any better.
I sure hope so.
Right color.
I think we got that microphone, as long as he doesn't sit on it.
Yeah, okay. Wondered if he just had it.
Here we go.
Nope. Wherever it is on his side.
Yeah, I think it's just, it might even, it might be the microphone itself, because it might be the same one that was doing that last week.
It's a well-struck break.
Spot that.
Well-struck break. He does make the non-ball.
And again, this is not your traditional 9-ball match. 9-ball does not count on the break. And the players do not have the option to re-rack if the layout isn't perfect or whatever. It is shoot it. Is he singing? He is.
He sure is.
This is what you tuned in for, Jeff Cole. And that. Oh, dear Lord. So
Caden's got to look at the 1 ball here, but he's going to have to play something with a bit of spin to try and get to the other side of the table to give Taylor a decent look at the 2.
I think he might be able to hit it thin enough. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know if he can thin it enough to go forward, or if he's going to have to stun draw off of it.
I think he's afraid of running into that 5-ball.
Yeah, he changed his mind, though. He was playing a whole lot of high. Now he's gone a little lower.
Yeah.
Just like that, yep.
Yep,
Oh.
ran into the 5.
Yep.
I finally give you a break. I make a ball and give you a shot, and that's what you do with it. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you, kid?
Taylor.
Are you trying to miss the 3 ball? Well, no, I know you're trying to miss the 5, but were you trying to miss the 3 on the rail too, or no?
Beer, bikes, and billiards. Thanks for tuning in.
Evening, sir. We were just talking about bikes. That is a phenomenal shot to come back between that 6
I'll
and
tell
that
you what,
8.
that was a tiny window between those two balls.
To draw back between there? Yes. Good Lord.
I guess that he probably earned that 653 Fargo.
It sure seems that
Just don't
way.
never hit it like
Sure
that.
seems that way.
Yeah, and Dan Yenor has definitely earned his 349 Fargo too.
Yeah,
You know,
100%,
that's- Oh, whoops! Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
That's the wrong button there. My bad.
My bad.
Sorry.
Yeah. Justin, awful thin on this 4 ball. It's makeable, but boy, you're setting that cue ball loose. Yes, yep. I agree. Beer, bikes, and billiards. It has been a little bit chilly, but I've still been out twice or 3 times. Just make sure to put on the heavier gloves so that I can keep my fingers from freezing.
Yeah, you cycle riders are just like us golfers. You know, you've been waiting all winter to get out, and that first day that the sun is shining and it's 60 degrees or 55 degrees out, you just dress a little bit warmer and get your ass out there and play a little.
Yep. Well, as you're aware, I'm going to be making a change of venue here in not too long, as to where that wintertime stuff isn't going to be quite so cold anymore. So I will be able to ride that bike.
Wow. What a great two-way shot.
Yes.
That was beautiful. That deserves a round of
I was
applause.
going to say, that was very well thought out and well struck shot.
Now you're kind of counting on Dan Yenor to give you shape on the 6 ball.
Mhm.
So that's Lord help that team.
I'm thinking that was going.
Oh, he's
forward.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
he's all right.
That's okay. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Cutting the side as long as Justin can avoid the 8 and the 9. He's good.
Mm-hmm. Tony Walruff saying Justin is from his area and he's a very good shooter. Certainly is proving that to be the case here tonight so far.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
Warming up with him earlier, he had me on the ropes a couple of times. He actually played really stout. Uh-oh.
What was that about that 9 ball?
Yeah.
He's down to El Katie.
It's almost like you had a premonition there.
Seen a lot of matches on this table.
Yeah. Done this once or twice.
Yeah. Really looking forward to playing my match with Mike Masevich.
Yep.
And I forgot who we're playing already. Oh, Daniel Lanis and Scott Rasmussen.
Ah, okay.
That might snuggle up on that cue ball.
Yeah.
Sure did. That's not a bad leave.
That's not horrible at all.
Yeah, got fortunate there. Little rubby rub.
Like shit. I can't get you on any leave.
Well, and your partner did leave you behind the 9 ball, so
Yeah.
that'll happen. Oh boy, that's Taylor again.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it isn't, I'm going to continue to blame it on Taylor. That's
fair.
like the worst safe ever.
I was going to say
in all of pool.
that's kind of what I refer to as not so safe.
Another one too hard.
Not so safe.
Yes. Yeah.
Huh.
Makes me want to fucking puke.
Oh boy, there we go. That's number 4 or 5,
That's
or
fair.
yeah,
That's
we're
fair.
gonna
All
stop counting.
understand that sentiment as well when we're upset with ourselves. Everybody has done that a few times, I'm certain. I have. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just make everything and hit everything perfect. And if you do, congratulations, well done.
Yeah, and why aren't you on the tour?
I was going to say, when do I get to watch you on the tour? when you play in a money match with Federer or Shane.
All right. All right, Dan Yenor to get shape on the 9-ball for Justin.
I'm thinking this is just a little draw shot.
It's a major swing in this match about to happen if it does.
I think so too.
It should be 6-3, and
Vincent Didio says no thanks.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Got him again.
Got him again.
Just got Dan Yenor.
1-zip little cheddar.
That is the beauty of Scotch doubles.
It is.
That is the
It
epitome of.
absolutely is.
That's what you want to see. You don't want to see obviously anybody miss, but I like the fact that because one player plays so well, one plays not consistent at times. Makes great shots at times, but it's the inconsistent. It started out as a 12-10 Fargo and under, and all of these teams are so close.
Yes. Yep.
There's no more than a 15-point spread on any of them.
Yep.
All right, Taylor Collar with a miss of his own.
Goodness.
Leaving Justin with a 9-ball. That's, oh boy.
That is
Getting sick of this guy.
that is the ultimate let off for Dan Yenor. That absolutely now null and voids his disgust with missing that
no
8 ball.
doubt.
And
No doubt.
That is the last thing that Taylor and Caden wanted to do.
I
is
tell you what.
Let him off the hook for that.
That's exactly what the viewers wanted. Let's talk about Bobby Joe, shall we?
Can't miss that ball.
That is Mrs. Coons.
Especially if they turn
She is, oh boy, let me mute that right away. The broker and owner of Home Sweet Home Real Estate in Waupun, Wisconsin. I know I've said this many times, but I think it's very necessary for you to understand the geography of this because there's the Waupun State Prison, which holds Al Holden captive, right?
Right.
So
Yep.
he's inside the walls. So Bobby Joe and Andy are outside the walls. They
Correct.
can come and go as they please and do whatever they want. So she's got many, many years of residential experience, land, farm, commercial. She'll even, I think for the right price, she might even be able to get you a room in the prison.
I would bet for the proper price.
Sure.
Make it happen. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you
Not a road I would take.
No, not something I would suggest, and I certainly wouldn't suggest that you request Al Holden as your cellmate either.
Oh God, no. Jeez. I don't know. I don't think you get to request any of that if you go to the pokey.
It's not that kind of a place. You
No.
don't get to just openly say, "Hey, I want to bunk with him."
I'd like to room with Jeff Cole for the next couple of months. Although I think prisoners have it way too easy. I think you should bring back chain gangs and
There is
put them to work.
There is, I think, some fair argument for that. The physical nature of prison has definitely gone away, and it just becomes the mental case of where you're away from family and things like that. But you still have plenty of creature comforts to perhaps remove some of the mental anguish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure. I kind of agree with you there. I'm not sure. I think that's the right thing to do. You don't want people to be comfortable in
Not after committing a crime.
no.
Unless you were, completely innocent, which all of them are.
100%.
Yeah, because if you don't believe them, just ask them.
Just ask them. Absolutely. Yep. Just ask them. Yeah, Mike Misevich, I think you probably are onto something there.
That's a better stroke by Dan Yenor.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's perfect position.
Really good. Yep. Really good angle there on the 6 to get to the 7.
So look at what that rattle on the 9 ball by Taylor Collar. And again, this is not over this game, because the 7 to the 8 and the 8 to the 9 is going to be very challenging for Dan Yenor. I promise you.
Talk about
it. Talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Yep.
I think we should talk about it.
Yep. And this is a case where you have to make sure that you...
Dang it.
Got to make sure that you leave some angle on that 8 ball to be able to get back to the 9, because you don't want to be firing that 8 ball up the rail. That makes that pocket awful small. Not that you can't do it, but you definitely would prefer not to.
Oh, I would have liked to have heard what they had to say, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
And again, it's all Taylor Collar's fault. Yes.
Well, now you're going to have Taylor Collar shooting that 8 ball to get to the 9. So this is this is kind of what we were alluding to, that I have no idea.
We'll see if they get out of this, then Dan is paying the penalty, if you will, for his miss, and if they don't, then you get that Dan gets that feeling of being let off the hook and not suffering the mental anguish and the penalty for the miss.
Mm-hmm.
That makes this 8 ball even bigger than it really is to take the lead as well.
Yeah, and that rattle on the 9 ball in the last game, that was the last time that Taylor was at the table.
So it's probably got him thinking about that a little bit.
Might be in his head.
Yeah.
There's a possibility. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you're not already a subscriber, get on over and do that. Taylor can't shoot this until the smoke clears, so we'll be all right.
He'll be good.
All right, we're ready.
Not that I can't do it, it's just not working tonight.
Given this, Taylor has definitely given this its due, and he's fighting some mental demons, I believe, which anybody who says they aren't in this kind of a situation, you're lying to yourself. And
Indeed.
You should seek therapy. You should seek therapy.
Seek therapy.
Yeah,
I like it.
For me to say.
Seek therapy.
Yeah. It's almost more difficult to say it incorrectly.
Yeah, I think it's easier to. Oh boy. Oh, and that stick goes down on the rail of the table there. Taylor is not happy with himself.
Not happy at all.
Because that is
about as 50-yard line as you can possibly leave that.
Yeah, and I think that's a direct result of, again, missing that 9 ball.
I would 100% agree with that, and I don't think Taylor would disagree either if you asked him.
Hey, regardless if we should take that shot.
Awesome. Great. Jason Harlan, great to see that. Andy Coons, thank you so much. Streaming the match at Charlie's while you guys play League. That's awesome. Appreciate the dedication.
Sweet.
Thank you both.
Thanks for letting us know, Jason.
Yeah.
And if you're in the chat and you don't realize who that is, Jason Harlan is the winner, grand champion of 1.3 that just wrapped up last week. Mm-hmm. So had a great tournament. Had a couple of close calls. Had ups and downs, but came away victorious over Brad Royce.
I think he's playing safe here.
I don't blame him.
I'd say I don't dislike that either. No.
Oh,
Takes the bank.
drills the bank. Oh, don't do
Drills
that.
it. Oh no.
Don't do that. Wow. What?
Good suck, buddy.
Heck of a shot
That is a beauty. That's
Bails.
another major swing.
there. Yep. He bails Taylor out there.
Just like he did, throughout all of 4.0.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Again, Caden at this point has got to be used to that. I'm sure he's coming up expecting to be left about as poor as he possibly could be.
Right, and he was. And look at how broad his shoulders have gotten.
As as a young man growing up, these kinds of tournaments like this seems to just have quite the impact on him.
Well, from what I understand, Caden took his winnings from 4.0 and purchased some training equipment and everything at home for inversion table.
Yes.
That's one of the things he bought. He bought an inversion table because of the damage that was done to his back carrying Taylor through the
absolutely.
entire tournament.
And you can see he's bulking up. I mean, he's obviously put on some weight so that he can, because Taylor's not getting any smaller either.
Oh dear, no.
I mean,
No.
So Caden obviously is bulking up and putting on some weight so he can make sure to carry Taylor around. So good on him. Good on him. Gotta love seeing that in a young man as he matures.
Faith Eichmann, how are you? Oh boy, I don't know if I think that was an attempt at a bank. Oh, well, either got
Does it go?
No, I can't. I don't think it goes.
No, I don't think it does either. I think that's snuggled up right against the 5, but this makes for a really easy safety for Justin, though.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, maybe not quite as easy. Well, it's not pocketable anymore, though. That 3 takes away the right side of the 1 ball as we're looking at it.
Yep.
Oofta. What's going on, Dave Dolly? Thanks for joining us. Almost a good safe.
Irritated, buddy.
Is there? I don't know. That's almost safety.
That's an almost safety.
Yeah.
We had the
It's not
not
unlucky.
quite
Good-
so
a
safe
good player
and the
is just gonna-
almost
just gonna
safety.
put him behind the 3 ball.
I excel at
I
both
didn't
of
want to
those.
foul and hit the 2. I mean,
on a
it was-
regular
I didn't have-
basis.
I had the full ball, but if I get real aggressive, I could thin the 2, I guess.
All right. More technical difficulties. I really would like to get this conversation. That's the whole entire thing of miking them up.
Fine, I know that.
If Taylor would just stop
I'm just
talking
fucking
for once.
irritated. Let me be fucking irritated
Right?
for a second.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There's
Fucking
that's
equal
5 or
terrible. I
6.
missed the fucking 9 ball.
6 or
It's my
7.
bad.
Oh, 8.
Good lord.
That's what
Yep.
it
Yep.
is.
I.
Sometimes you're fucking Superman, sometimes you're fucking Clark Kent.
That's 5 of them within less than 10 seconds.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I guess I know which box I'm going to be checking at the end of this match when it goes to publishing this live stream. Inappropriate for children and inappropriate for Jeff Cole.
I think that worked out quite well. I believe the 2 ball is free now.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but they're shooting again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hello, Chris Pool God.
oh, that's Chris Green.
I
Ugh.
I had
Oh,
assumed
God.
who that was. Yeah, Scott. We understand that. It's all in good fun until somebody gets an eye poked out.
Come on, buddy.
Isn't that how that goes?
I'll tell you what, Scott. If you were here for the last 2 years at the Varsity Club and heard what goes on Thursday nights for our league, so again, if you weren't here in the very beginning, Taylor Collar and Corey Peterson are my teammates on Thursday nights, so they got it coming. Believe me. You know, and it's always the innocent that get the worst end of the stick. You know, it's, you know, I don't say anything. I just sit there quiet and reserved.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure you're quiet as a church mouse over in the corner. Don't say a word, and they just probably give you the business all night long.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you, Cheddar. I really
Thank
do.
you. You're the... Not even Mrs. Cheddar is that concerned.
No.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why I
That's
value
what-
you as a friend.
That's what friends are for, buddy. You know, that's why I'm here. No, that's why I'm here. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, we're gonna hold that one for review.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, that one's we can't air that one. Although, you know, Taylor just got done saying it out loud a couple of times. I don't really think it matters at this point anymore.
We understand the sentiment, though. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I like how Caden and Taylor are keeping the gravity of this game in check.
Yep.
Just for the simple fact that you don't want to let Justin and Dan back in this match, you know.
And you don't want to let Dustin and Jan into the match either.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. That's very true.
Yes. Yeah. No, this is again, now the 7 to the 9 is not rudimentary with them, you know, being 5 feet apart and the 9 being on the rail like it is, but it's still a shot that you would expect that players of this caliber can manage most of the time.
Yep.
How many more ways can I qualify that to give him an out when he misses it?
I don't think you have to anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
think you're good.
Yeah.
I think this is just roll forward and take the angle that you got, because it actually works out really good to draw off the rail back down for the 9. Just roll forward about a ball and a half or 2 balls, somewhere around there. Or yep, same result.
Yep. That works just fine.
Yeah, this is massive. This is kind of what I was talking about, because the difference, obviously, we're not going to be too captain obvious here, but the difference between 7 and 4 and 6 and 5 is astronomical in a race to 9.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Well struck.
Well done. Yep. That is a shot that if you are timid at all with your tip or your tip position, that you can rattle very easily. So
Yeah, or just draw it right into the side.
Taylor's got to feel a little better about himself there.
Not much, but yeah, I can see what you're saying.
It helps.
Well, we've got something new here. Given that we had Jason Harlan in the chat here, everybody's watching at Charlie's. So on behalf of this gentleman right over here, my friend Trevor Simpson, hello everybody at Charlie's.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations to Jason Harlan, not only winner of 1.3, but also purchased John Co. Express from Jeff Hefter.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations
yes,
to him.
and there's such a blessing for me in all of this, and people don't realize that. I hope everybody understands that now that Jason, I don't have to put up with Jeff Hefter
I was going to
anymore.
say, yeah, you no longer have to deal with Jeff Hefter, so that's a golden opportunity.
Yeah,
for you.
life is
Well, you can
good.
see it.
I don't know if it's still the same phone number and everything, but yeah, now you get to deal with Jason Harlan instead of Jeff Hefter. Life can't get.
Sounds perfect. I have no reasons to complain there. Absolutely. Bill Larson doesn't believe you.
What do you not believe?
I have not heard that in quite a while. Thank you, Bill.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, well.
That's fantastic. I think this. Well, maybe not. I was going to say this might take a little bit of time for Caden to play. I'm not sure what I would do here because of where that side pocket is in relation to the 1 ball, that's kind of ugly. That makes getting to that 2 ball pretty difficult.
It sure does. You can't really do much because you're almost guaranteed to catch the point of that side pocket at the best.
You know what I would do, Trevor? Given where that 7 ball is right now, I would purposely pocket the 9 ball, call push,
Okay.
pocket the 9 ball, and then it's going to be frozen to the backside of the 7, and then make your decision from there. I just don't like where that 9 is sitting.
Yep.
Anything can happen.
I don't dislike that. Let's see what Caden's got in mind.
Oh. Played it off the outer point.
I was going to say, Caden plays the outer point like a professional.
Like a seasoned pro.
I know, right?
At the age of
14, what is he?
How does, damn it, Taylor.
Good Lord.
And I'm going to kick his ass. I'm not sure how. Well, you know what? Holly Hillman is sitting right outside the door here. I'm going to find right now.
Gonna ask, yeah.
Caden is now 16 years old.
16.
Super great. Played all my positions fucking perfect.
Oh, there's the 10th F-bomb. So whoever had the over-under in Vegas at 10 F-bombs for Taylor Collar.
Just blew that up.
Yeah. If you had the over, you're a winner.
Mm.
And I think it was like 500 to 1 or something like that. Is it 7 to 4?
It is.
It is 7 to 4. You are 100% correct.
It is.
Yeah, this 9 ball. I'm thinking, honestly, if I was playing right now, I think I would take a swing at this 9. Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it from Caden and Taylor. Quiet.
So you play the 9 here. You just try to put the 3 behind the 8 ball. Anywhere. Yeah, just don't leave it in front of the pocket.
I think I would actually bank the 3 hard enough where it tries to get back behind the 6 ball, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Because if the cue ball ends up behind the 7 or in that area, it might make it even more difficult for.
Yep.
I don't like babying this. I mean, it could. It could work out, but we're not going to unmic again.
Unmute, yeah, no. And it's definitely when he's sitting down, he moves around, and it just puts enough pressure on the pack that it makes it squirt. Oh,
look at that shot. Wow, that is a beauty.
Center cut, dead perfect. Can't do it much better than that. That's a well struck.
Let's take a look at that, shall we? That is dead center.
Yep. And
that is well done.
And he ends up safe or relatively safe as well. So the part of the 2-way, there's really no shot on the 3 ball afterwards either. That's
a beauty.
Well struck.
And not only does he make the 9, but now they're on the hill.
They are on the hill indeed. This match kind of got out of hand in a hurry here.
Yeah, there's a couple of missed opportunities by Dan and Justin that have really cost them pretty much, where we are right now. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to bear down.
I was going to say, one good draw, one drop.
So one thing that I've noticed in all of these matches, speaking of which, before we get to, I want to make, just in case this ends up being the last game, this is what's coming up. Oh, my gosh. This is what's coming up Friday. We've got Lacey Torzewski and her husband, Tim Schatz. Or are they still engaged or just sleeping together in sin or living together in sin or however that's working out? None of my business.
No comment, yeah.
Right, none of my business. Yep. And Grace Seek and Mark Scafidi are coming in. This is going to be a fun match on Friday. So make sure you tune in for that as well. 7 o'clock here at the Varsity Club yet again. So
Dan Yenor is absolutely beside himself because he played a wonderful safe with the cue ball
Might
there,
just have to play-
and the
I might
one
actually have to
ball
play
happened
to a
to
safety
kick
on the
into
cue
the
ball.
6 and
If I get the ball in
pocket
hand.
the 6.
Might roll all the way
He
on the table,
definitely
play the bank.
is not
Bottom
happy
on
with
the
that.
Yeah,
roll.
that-
It's
that
an
was-
See
unfortunate
what it
roll.
looks like up there. I got to hit anyway.
Great hit.
Yeah,
Great hit
that's
there.
a shame. Well, Taylor does have a shot on the one in the side, but I don't know if he has the proper angle to get to
Lock up safe on it, and then it combos
the 2
in.
ball.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, I'm not sure he's. Yeah. I think this is a case of you make it and you play safe on the 2, or you play safe on the 1. Okay, and open up the 2.
Or just leave him a shot on the 1.
Oh, well, again, not so safe. I mean, not an easy shot.
All right.
The cue ball isn't right
No,
in the
you
open,
can't.
but
How
he
do you-
did,
how does it fucking
he
give
did
him a
find the
shot there?
window.
The Trevor Simpson not so safe safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Patented.
just figured I'd get it down.
You got that? Really? Oh, good
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I'll expect my royalty checks to be rolling in on a weekly basis.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Even if, oh my gosh,
Get
again,
around that.
that might end up costing him the match right there.
Yep.
Fuck you.
If she, oh boy,
Hey.
God damn it, kid.
let's move over there and see
Yeah, you're
what
learning. I like it.
the discussion
You
is.
can't talk a little shit. The rest of it don't matter.
Interesting.
Taylor giving Caden the dirty old man update.
I'm sure he's. Oh, look
my.
at that kick! Why play shape? I mean, there's. Why even bother playing shape, Dan Yenor?
Wow.
I mean, just
You're getting mean. You hang out with me. You're starting to get mean.
Wow, that was.
well, look who his partner is.
Mm.
I mean, you talk
Will's
about.
getting old.
There's a reason he's
Will's getting
mean
old.
or getting mean.
What, dude, you got
Dan-
like 2 more years.
Dan's got to give himself a little grace here, calm
You don't-
himself
you only got-
down,
what are
and
you,
get
sophomore?
out of this rack.
You only got what?
Give the
Well,
positions that you need to
7
your
weeks
partner
left?
and let him do his thing, especially after he makes that kind of a kick shot.
6 weeks.
It's got to give you a lot of confidence in your partner.
Right.
Help you settle
See,
down. 'Cause
Will's
he's-
getting old.
I
He's
like
getting
what
old. You get all
Taylor's
that
giving.
time in, and it's gonna make it go faster.
He's giving Caden some life lessons over there, you know.
Yes.
And if it'd be the one person that I would not listen to about life lessons, it would be Taylor Collins.
Be on what?
Okay, that's surprising.
You're on trigger? Yeah, sure shot.
Yeah, Caden's on trigonometry, and Taylor's still on basic math.
I was going to say he's still trying to figure out his multiplication tables.
All right. Pluses and minuses and not equals not. It's like Jethro Clampett over there, you know.
Right. Ellie Mae. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that name right in front of me.
Right in your face.
Who did not have a crush on Ellie Mae
I
Clampett back in the days?
can't think of a single red-blooded male who wouldn't have. And once Ellie Mae was done, then
The show was done.
yeah. Daisy Duke came along, and we were no longer worried anymore.
Okay, that is. We're gonna get people unsubscribing right now.
Yeah.
Taylor's just playing it up for the cameras as always.
Singing along to the song. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not even sure if he was singing the right words.
Probably not. No.
All right, let's see if he can.
Glad to hear you're home safe, Fred Renner.
He can actually make a good shot for Caden to, at least redeem himself a little
Yes.
bit.
Yep.
You
Yeah, this is gonna require something good, because the position to the 7 ball is not automatic by any stretch.
I'll tell you what, that is a fabulous question, Fred Renner. Let's ask Trevor. Marianne or Ginger?
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, for me, it's clear cut the other way.
Yeah.
Marianne was, and I don't know if Mrs. Cheddar is listening right now, but she probably watched Gilligan's Island too, and I think she probably had a thing for Gilligan.
Yeah.
Or no, she had a thing for the professor.
For the professor.
Yeah, she's a teacher. That's why she's sharp cheddar.
Yes.
But yeah, Marianne was she's my go-to. Oh, can you imagine? Never mind. Phew.
Oh boy.
Yeah, old school just said it. Both.
Yeah. Fred Dodge going further into the Wayback Machine with Jeannie. Oh
Jeannie.
boy.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Fred. She could cross her arms and blink a couple of times at my house any day.
Yes.
Give me oh
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Oh.
That is what a mistake.
Mm-mm.
All right, we're going hill.
All right, young Padawan.
After Taylor got him into a position.
Left a little angle too close.
I was going
I should have just shut the 5 and come up. Let's shoot the 7 ball down here.
Yeah,
This is a mistake on my part, or I mean on Dan's part. I don't like this at all. You put the cue ball on the other side of the 8 and you play it.
Yes. Why are you?
I don't understand this at all.
Why are you drawing this? No.
9 ball is all right.
I mean,
it's going to work out, but there's no way I would have played it that way.
No, you.
All you had to do was roll it in and play the 9 in the side.
Yep. I mean, you can get good doing this as well, but there's just so many ways it can go wrong.
Yes.
You want to. It's about the percentages. Even if it's only 1 or 2% of the time that goes wrong, you can guarantee it'll be the 1 or 2% of the time that you need it.
Correct. 8-5. This race to 9. Let's talk about. Never mind.
Oh, no, don't complete that sentence. That's an entirely different song.
His name is Rob Miller, and he is co-owner of the Conscious Carnivore down in Madison, Wisconsin. They are a whole animal butcher shop that provides expertise to help. Hold on a second. I love muting Taylor. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, yeah.
Be more knowledgeable about what and how they eat. They opened their doors in September of 2013 with a mission to educate the home cook. From local animal sourcing to on-site high-quality butchering, they can ensure grass-fed and healthy meats. They believe it's time to recapture the flavor of cooking and connecting with family and friends over a home-cooked meal.
Sounds amazing to me.
I don't get down to Madison very often, but man, I'd really like to go see Rob and his partner and check out the store.
I should do that before I am out. I should do that.
Yeah, Fred Renner said the same thing. Marianne, 100%.
Yep.
You're just the oddball, Trevor. And we've always known that.
Say we knew that.
Yeah,
So,
that- Todd Foles, I said I have to ask Caton his preference if he even. Oh, he has no idea.
No, he's got no idea.
It's going to be Marianne. Where does she live? In Hortonville? What? And where the hell is Gilligan's Island?
Right?
It's right next to where they do Survivor.
Dan Yenor with a dry break. Not an easy opening shot here for Taylor.
Let's do a little bit of Gilligan's Island trivia. All right? Because there's a phrase that just popped into my head after thinking about it just for a second. So, what? Damn it! What did Gilligan say? What was kind of the phrase of that episode where the natives or there was a tribe that visited? Their face were painted. They wore grass skirts and everything else. But
if I don't miss, I'm just trying to draw the one, shoot the cue ball to the side pocket, and drift it out.
Gilligan learned, or he thought he learned, some of their language, and he kept saying it throughout the whole show. And it was funny because it has stuck with me for 30 years. So it must have been pretty.
No, it's just how
You-
it plays. I don't know.
You got me there. I'm.
There's got to be
drawing a
some.
blank.
There's
Somebody in the comments. has gotta know.
there's
Yeah.
got to be some old farts in the chat that know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a P.
Yeah.
And again, it's what Gilligan kept saying to everybody else on the island about the natives. Nope, that's not it, Craig. Starts with a P. Obviously made an impact on me, otherwise I wouldn't remember it after all this time. What a... All right, 4 to the 5. That is going to be... I think you just almost have to stop this and let Justin play the 5 in the upper left-hand corner.
Yep.
That is what I would do.
That 9 ball is ginormous if you try going around things.
Correct.
Yep.
Gonna hit it.
Yep. That 9 ball is just a beach ball, and Dan's kind of recognizing that when he gets down on the shot and sees the angle. But
I'm a little surprised that just... Oh, okay, here he comes.
Yep.
I like this call by Justin.
Yep.
This is a time that he has to be out there.
Should give you the side.
Yep. And Dan's instantly thinking slide it over. Yep. And Justin just pointed. Can't hear it sadly, but he just pointed at exactly what you said. Just stop it and let me shoot it up in the corner.
Yep. Or draw it back and play that 5 right in the side pocket.
Side pocket. Yep. All right.
And that could have been what he told him too. I can't believe nobody has answered that question yet. Oh, let me further the hint a
Okay.
little bit. I'll further it just a little bit. Again, it starts with a P, and it's also the very first word of it is the game that we're playing.
Well.
That's
okay.
a bit of a hint.
Yep. Yep.
What's going on, Jimmy Newman?
Hey, Jimmy.
Tuning in from, are you up in Michigan right now? Up a Youper? Somewhere in that area, somewhere in that vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
Big shot for Dan Yenor,
Yep.
my opinion. This is do or die for this rack. Getting on.
Getting on that 7 ball
Yep.
correctly. Not.
And I think he did. All Justin has to do here is pull it back just a smidge.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more than that. That's a little thinner cut than you.
This isn't
prefer.
bad. This isn't bad. It looks a little weird on the... But if you look at it out from where the booth sits, it's not bad at all. And I'll tell you what, I would not be hitting this with follow at all. This is low left.
Yep, this has got to have draw on this. Absolutely.
Yes. If he hits any kind of follow, this may end up scratching right off of the 9 ball. Oh boy, this is really super dangerous. Oh my gosh, and
Yep. That's someone who doesn't have confidence in the way their stroke is going right now. That's the shot. Kind of shot that was. So. We'll mute that a little bit. Cheddar goes out and has a look. Says the balls are frozen, so he is there. We have.
they are froze. Oh my
he
gosh,
gets it on the
are you
double
kidding
check.
me?
Oh, he gets it on the double.
Oh
check.
my god. Oh, Wait a second. Wait, oh no, I'm gonna miss it. I wasn't I wasn't prepared.
Oh no.
Oh, let me see if it goes back.
See if we oh no, it didn't.
No.
Shoot.
Dang it. So
That's huge.
was it ever? That is so the balls were frozen solid to each other. I mean, there was no gap whatsoever in between them. So you basically do whatever you want with it. You know, there's no foul or anything. But wow, that could have easily hung in the pocket and gave them the match.
Gave them the match. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Dan has got to be absolutely just beside himself, ecstatic with that.
Well, that was fun. Oh, there's Trevor's kind of scoot into the picture there a little bit, so it glitching. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that was fun. We'll get that back up there. About you know what? We'll just get off the camera. Friday night, 7:00. Be here on Outer Points Productions for Lacey Torzewski and Tim Schatz coming in from the north, and Grace Seek and Mark Scafidi coming in from the south.
Absolutely.
Meeting in the middle here in Oshkosh at the Varsity Club, and that is going to be that's going to be a fun battle.
That will be a battle for sure. The way Gray played the last time he was on this table.
Ooh. Best match, in my opinion. The best that anybody has shot on the stream table in a match.
It was a thing of beauty to watch.
Oh, they can see me.
Yes. Oh, and
sorry.
There's your buddy Al Holden in the chat even.
What's up, Al? They let you have television in prison, Al?
Obviously, he must be on his nightly break to where they give him an hour of TV time.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It is, yeah. It's such a considerate place. Such a considerate place.
Craig Bear just guessed it. It's not Karumba, but it's Pulusi Bagumba was what they always said. Pulusi Bagumba.
Well, there you go.
Something like that. Thanks, Craig. Did you go back and watch? I bet he went.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he went to YouTube.
It's been long enough. I'm thinking he probably
right.
Look that up somewhere. Yeah.
They were froze. Yeah, they were froze solid. Caden just coming in and asking if that was a good shot on the 9, and given the fact that obviously, like I said, they were froze. I had to give it. I literally was trying to find a gap and could not.
Yep.
They were touching.
Well struck. And got as much of it as he could. Worked out like Faith said, just the way he drew it up. Or I'm sorry, Fred said that. Faith said, how about that? Fred said, just the way he drew it up. Is there any more of them sponsor people you know anything
That's
about?
what I was actually looking for. I just got done closing the Conscious Carnivore. So let's talk about Brett. His last name is Tovar, and he owns Tovar Construction here in Oshkosh, serving actually the Fox Valley as well, but he specializes in roofing. Services include full re-roofs, asphalt, rubber roof installs, and for Trevor Simpson and everybody above his age as a male, leak detection and repair.
Ah, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not in your heart, in your...
significant service, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
For sure. If you're interested in any of that, fill out their contact information on the website at tovarconstructionllc.com. Uh-oh, we got something missing out there. They're looking for something.
Looking for something, yeah. coin or looking for a marking coin, perhaps, or the chalk?
So remember, if it's not your fault, it's asphalt. Oh boy, we just had to see Taylor Collar's butt crack there. That is, and he's not even a plumber.
Uncalled for.
That was, not only mic'd up, but then you got to see something like that. I mean, we're all human and we have one, but it doesn't mean we have to see it.
You're right. Yeah, don't want to see it. Al Holden. Oh, man, we didn't need to know that, Al.
Conjugal visit.
Hey, good Lord.
What's Leanne doing?
Good
Sorry.
question.
Yeah.
Good question.
All right, we're going to mute that for a second. All right, Dan Yenor set to break after that very significant double kiss, as Miss Eichmann said.
Mm-hmm. And again, he
hammers him. Uh-oh. And down she goes.
I was just going to say the wing ball flying into the pocket.
I don't know if this is such a bad thing. Well, maybe, because of where the 5 and the 6 are.
Right. Yep.
The 5 to get to the 6 is pretty tough.
Yep. That's the rack here. You figure out the 5-6 here, and the rest of this rack is very solid.
3 fall here. The 3 is tough, and the 5 to the 6.
Fred Dodge, I am not going to repeat that in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Microphone is irritating me.
Annoying, yes, indeed. Dawn Vogel, Justin, and she's saying that Justin and I are undefeated so far in Scotch together. Wow, good for you. Good.
How many times have you played together, Dawn?
Maybe
This is a very important question.
And then I'll play it rails around and try to freeze them on the 4 ball. That's probably a pretty good show.
That might end up being, it's already a big turning point because now it puts the pressure back on Caden and Taylor to, finish this match off.
Yep.
And when you get a roll like that, it sticks in your head a little bit,
Yep. Yep. And they got to be thinking, they're not wanting this to go any longer than it absolutely needs to. They want to try and finish this off right away. So getting into a safety battle is not exactly not something you want to try and do. Not something you're trying to do. So you got to be careful here that you don't get a little they would call it in airplane flying, or get home-itis, where you just do everything you can and perhaps make a poor decision to try and finish something up or get home, as it were.
Get home-itis.
Yeah, where a pilot makes a mistake and crashes the airplane instead of doing the safe thing.
A mile from home?
Yeah, because they wanted to get home. Yep.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. Well done.
Okay.
Well
I
done.
like to freeze them on it, but
I like it.
No, I disagree.
if I freeze them,
Because what does that accomplish? That doesn't get you any farther on the 5 ball. You don't. You're basically delaying the game, but you don't put yourself in a better position to win the game.
Here's how I see it.
Okay.
3 foul rule is in effect. If he does not get a hit, I believe that Caden is going to go for a second foul.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We're going to find out.
I find that so deplorable that I choked on it on the way down.
Well, you know what? That's a great point. Whether that would be
Yeah, because the balls are
Brad or Dave from Brave Billiards, maybe he does need a new. Let's let him shoot it first, and then we'll cut to that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. That's one foul.
Well, let's see here.
Here's what he's talking about from Brave Billiards. It's called the V3 magnetic chalk system. So, yeah, if it was Taylor dropping his chalk, and sometimes I think he does that on purpose from when he was back in prison himself.
Yeah, I can see that. I
Yeah.
can see that for sure.
Although they don't use chalk in the showers in the well, maybe they do. I've never been there before, but yeah, you never know. Anyway, let's see what Caden's got up his sleeve.
Right. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, you're right, Jason. They are on 2 now because he scratched on the break. Did he not? Wait.
Did they scratch on the break?
Did he scratch on the break?
I don't know.
No, he didn't scratch. No, he didn't scratch. The 1 ball stayed. Yeah, he shot the 1. No, or did he? Good Lord.
I honestly don't remember right now.
Good Lord. That's horrible.
Well, and again, this is one of those things that, see, this is what I was talking about. I think I knew he was gonna play safe. Now, they are not motioning at all that they are on second foul or anything like that. So,
Right.
And again, it's not our job. That's on them. So we're not allowed to say anything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You may be.
I
You might be right, Jason.
I apologize, Jason. I'm not sure.
But was it a consecutive foul? Well, it's the 2 ball that's on the table. I don't know.
Because he shot the. Yes, he did, because Caden set up ball in hand to shoot the 1 in the side. He
Right.
did scratch on the bake. You're right.
And
Caden shot the 1 in the side, played the 2. Taylor played the 2 around here safe. They missed it, so that would be their second foul.
Oh,
so this
it
is
is.
3. Yeah.
It is.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Jason.
Man, I don't want to be in this position.
They're definitely talking it over. Dan was looking at it like there's a gap between the 3 and the 7. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it. This is one of those moments where I question whether I should be a tournament director and streamer at the same time.
Right.
Because in fairness, if it is 3 fouls, in my opinion anyway, Taylor and Caden should know that as well, right? Mm-hmm. So it is not my job.
Well, you would think Taylor, if he had, given that he had the idea to play that safe on the 2 ball, that he should have. He was maybe thinking that. So let's see. Maybe they said something and we just didn't notice it. That is. Oh, they're shaking
They
hands.
actually did. So, they are shaking hands right now. So they did let them know that they were on the 3rd foul. What a way to end the match!
Is that the? No, there's been other matches that have ended on a 3 foul.
One.
Yeah.
One of the KO singles matches ended on, and again, those are just the ones on the stream, but that is, I'm gonna leave them muted because I don't.
Yes. Yep.
I mentioned that too, right away, that if I was them, I would have played or tried to get them on the 3 foul. Hang on a second. There you go. Thank you.
Good Lord. Technology, it's a thing.
Yeah, it actually.
Apologize, people. You're going to see a big giant.
Hang on.
hand here.
There you go. I was going to say, just put your hand in front of it and then let it go, and it should adjust by itself. There we go. All right. So that was. Man, I don't know what to say about. Even though I said, let's. I think I would try to 3 foul them at that point. I really didn't realize that they were on the second one already. So.
Yeah, and I was absolutely not seeing that at all. So that's on me for missing it. So yeah, appreciate it. And I agree, Patrick Glynn. That is possibly the worst way to lose a set is a 3 foul on the last game.
Dear Lord.
That is something you will take home with you and beat yourself up on the whole ride home. So
and it's one of those things too that if you're going to be honest with yourself and you look at the whole entire match, as a whole, Dan and Justin have nobody to blame but themselves. There were missed shots along the way where it ended up being in that position.
Yes.
So
absolutely. They had their chances. They absolutely did.
So congratulations to Taylor and Caden Hillman for moving on to round number 2. Before we go anywhere and before we say goodnight and see you Friday, We've got to thank all of these people. We mentioned several of them already in the sponsor spotlight, and we'll get to more of them on Friday as well.
Absolutely.
But thank you. Here's one of the most important thanks is this gentleman right here is Trevor Simpson, because
My pleasure, friend.
he
as
did.
Always.
No, it's mine and the viewers. It is. It truly is.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The reason I say that is Trevor had already mentioned earlier that he's going to be moving to a different venue, and I'm going to leave it at that because it's none of my business to say where, but he's not going to be one of my commentators anymore unless we do it remotely from where he is.
Correct.
And
Yep.
I would love to do that at some point.
I
so.
would too, man. You get that figured out, and I am all for it. You
All
know
right.
that.
We should have
Happy
that
to do
done
so.
in 2027. Somewhere,
Perfect.
yeah, somewhere
Perfect.
around there. So.
Technology, baby.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight on this Wednesday evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Stay away from the nasty storms that are coming tomorrow, I guess, into Wisconsin. So stay safe, everybody, and see you Friday at 7 o'clock.
Again, thank you all. Have a great night, folks.
Thanks, Trevor.